The moment you surrender to God is the moment life begins to flow. That is one of the deeper messages in the Bhagavad Gita. If you read the Gita closely, you will notice that Krishna tells Arjuna again and again to surrender to him. But even if we have heard this many times, we still ask, how do I actually surrender to God? How do I let go my worries, my work, my control, and give it all to Him? It might sound difficult, but it is simpler than you think. Because surrender does not begin with effort. It does not require any practice. It begins with gradual understanding. And once you truly understand what God is, surrender happens naturally. In chapter 9, Krishna explains two sides of his divine nature, the unmanifest aspect and the manifest aspect. In the verse 4, Krishna says, "All of this world is pervaded by me in my unmanifest aspect." This means everything around us is being held together by this unseen divine presence. It is all pervading and it is the source of everything. Then in the verse 11, he says, "Deluded persons think of me as just a human being, not knowing my higher nature." So, from these verses, we learn something powerful, that there is a divine intelligence, or God, or the Supreme, that is quietly guiding everything, including us. But it is hidden, just like water is hidden in the form of ice. This unseen power is what Krishna calls his unmanifest form. And the one Arjuna sees on the battlefield is the manifest form of that infinite aspect. Your breath, your heartbeat, the food you eat, the sunlight, the air, all of these come from nature. And it is because of these that we are alive. We often think we are in control, but most of our life is quietly being supported by this vast system of nature. Even our free will comes from nature, and it has its limits. In chapter 10, verse 8, Krishna says, "I am the source of all creation," which means this entire system of nature also comes from that higher intelligence. So in reality, we are being carried, nourished and guided by something far greater than ourselves. That is what we call God. But according to Krishna, the ego, the voice that says, "I am doing everything," it hides this truth from us. But once you begin to see this clearly and understand God, not just emotionally but also logically, the ego begins to dissolve. And surrender to God starts to happen on its own. Even a small spark of surrender is a beautiful beginning. And that spark itself is grace. So if you are listening to this right now and something within you feels connected to this truth, know that it is not a coincidence. It is a sign of that grace already working in you. Jai Shri Krishna.